Why play Samira Bot Lane? Well, she can snowball incredibly hard. She is a beast in a teamfight, she's strong at all stages in the game, and she gets the most pentakills out of any champion by far. However, she can be countered by hard CC shutting down her ultimate, and if she messes up her combo, her effectiveness is massively reduced. Samira's passive is basic attacks and abilities against champions grant her a stack of her passive. However, each time damage is dealt, it needs to be different from the previous type of damage dealt. So essentially, you have to keep using a different ability or attack to increase this. For each stack, she gains bonus movement speed, and she can only use her ultimate when fully stacked out. Her second passive is when close to enemies, her attacks become non-projectile, and also deal additional damage. Her third passive is if a target is CC'd, her next attack against them becomes empowered. If the target is airborne, she keeps them knocked up for longer and also dashes to them. Samira's Q is a straight line skill shot which deals damage. However, if she's close to the target, instead it deals damage in a cone. If this is cast during her dash, she instead deploys explosives in her wake that detonate upon the end of her dash. Samira's W creates a circle around her which destroys all hostile projectiles. It also deals damage to enemies within at the start of the ability and again at the end of the ability. Samira's E is a point-and-click ability which causes her to dash in that direction, dealing damage to enemies she passes through and also gaining bonus attack speed. Scoring a takedown against an enemy champion within 3 seconds of damaging them resets this ability. Samira's ultimate can only be used if she has maximum passive stacks. It causes her to reduce her movement speed and deal damage in a large circle around her. For combos, you want to build your combo bar as fast as possible, so you have to apply damage with different abilities one after another. Start with an auto attack into W, making sure you're within range for the first W to deal damage. Immediately follow up with your E between your 2 instances of W damage. While dashing, buffer your Q into an auto attack before unlocking your ultimate and using it. For matchups, Samira is great into champions that need to scale who she can bully, or champions that she can simply out-teamfight. And she can struggle against champions who can out-teamfight her or CC her out of her ult. For runes take this, she gets Conqueror incredibly easily. For build orders, start Blade and Pot into Duskblade and Tier 2 boots. After this, a Collector and Shield Bow are great pickups before finishing your build with any of these as needed. For skill order, start Q then E then W before maxing Q then E then W, taking ult whenever you can. For summoner spells, take Flash and Heal. Cleanse and Exhaust also work well too. Samira is strong throughout the game and her laning phase is no exception. However, your main focus is always going to be on farming hard to scale, poking where you can and taking good trades. Starting the game, you want to push for level 2 as fast as possible and take a fight. With your dashes and high amount of damage early, you can easily pick the fight and get an early advantage. When looking to poke, an auto attack into a Q is a great chunk of damage, and if they look to respond, your additional move speed gets your way easily. When looking to trade, how well it goes will depend on landing Qs, how well you build your combo, and how much damage you can deny with W. But if you can get onto the enemy carry, you do usually win, especially if you're already level 6 and have access to that incredible ultimate. Entering the mid game, you want to take your tower as soon as possible and rotate mid. This will put you and your support in the center of the map for easy roams and skirmishes. When Samira's got 2 items, she absolutely just loves fighting and wants to be skirmishing as much as possible. Entering late game team fights, you want to get an incredible ultimate off. However, if you go in too early, the enemy team will still have abilities to stop you, and if you go in too late, the fight will already be over. So wait for your moment, go in with your combo, and look to ultimate their entire team, relying on Duskblade and your E resetting to keep yourself safe.